This machine here is their saddle stitcher. Again, it's termed a stitcher because it uses a steel wire to create a metal stitch, or what you'd refer to as a staple, along the bound edge of a book, folded edge of a book. If you have a book that has some thickness to it, if it's more than just 2 or 3 pages, you might want to fold these in sections. So you have a thick group of paper, split it in half, fold maybe 10 sheets at a time, so you get a crisper fold. So you get a crisp fold there. If I were to fold the whole stack at once, the top sheets would just kind of be rounded over. So if you fold them in small stacks, that helps give you a crisp fold. If you have a thick cover, like my example here, this is a cardstock cover, it's a thicker paper, you want to fold that individually as well. Then assemble your booklet. And then proceed to the saddle stitcher. Power switch over here on the right hand side of the machine on a little orange box. Once the machine is powered on, you want to line up the edges of your booklet. So notice if I put my booklet on here like this and I put staples through it, you're gonna have real rough, uneven edges on either side. So use your fingers here on this side and this side and line those edges up so they're nice and even and flush on both sides. Then you place your booklet on the saddle stitcher, keeping your hands clear of the stitcher head, so my fingers are outside of that, and you want to press downward right on the point of that saddle, and that holds everything nice and tight on the point here. You may use these pieces of tape on here as a guideline. So see, there's 2 pieces of tape for the edges of your book. That'll allow you. That gives you even spacing for staples. And you can see my staples are very close together, so I may need to use the inside of the piece of tape rather than the outside piece of the tape. Try that one more time. There we go. Those next 2 staples were a lot better. These are my second 2. So you can see that they come through the booklet to the inside. If you need to adjust the length of your staple, there's a screw knob right here. It's brass. If that's loosened and moved clockwise, that's going to lengthen the staple. If it's moved counterclockwise, it's going to shorten the length of the staple, or that stitch. Okay, so if these are too short, if they don't clasp on the inside, you can lengthen your staple, or if they're too long, they're overlapping, you can shorten the length of that staple. One last note with the saddle stitcher is when you press the foot pedal, you want to be very quick about the foot pedal. Okay, you don't want to hold your foot on it and then release. You're almost poking the foot pedal. Okay, so it's a very quick motion. So I'll show you the difference here between pressing once. See, there's a very quick foot motion. And here's holding the foot pedal down. If you try and press it all the way down, you get double staples, okay, or triple staples. If you hold that foot pedal down, it's going to continue to push staples in. The other note that I want to make here real quick is always make sure you have a piece of material in here, paper in here. If you're driving staples without a piece of paper in there, the staple isn't attached to anything, so it jams up down in the bottom of that stitcher head. So always make sure there's a piece of paper for that staple to go into. Again, with this machine, just like any other, make sure you power it off when you're finished, please.